Today we have special guest, Callie, my niece. And we are going to learn how to sew. And, well, we're really not sewing today, right? Because sewing is when you attach two pieces of cloth together. We're really embroidering.
Yeah.
And we're going to embroider our initials. I have an S. Callie has a B. That's not her initial.
No.
Hello, my talented artists. If you love watching these wonderful, exciting projects, what should they do?
Subscribe.
Yes.
The
Yes.
first thing that you have to do is you have to draw the first initial of your name on your piece of burlap. So Callie is going to do a
Okay.
K. Ready for the K? So it's hard, but you see how Callie is holding the fabric by spreading out her hand, sort of like an L shape, and moving it. That's keeping, it's hard to draw on fabric, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. And make sure it's centered. This space up here should be similar there. So now she has a nice straight line. See how she's continuing holding that fabric?
Always use chalk to draw on fabric.
The thing about chalk is you can kind of just brush it off if you want to change what you've done.
There we go.
Nice. I like how you filled your space. Don't do a tiny little letter. Make sure it is,
this
you know,
isn't
about an
long
inch and a half from
There we go.
the sides.
That's better.
Nice
More
K.
even.
Now it's time to draw the first letter of your name on your burlap with chalk. Pause the video to complete.
We are going to work with burlap needles, which are large. Do you know the difference between a needle and a pin, Callie?
The pin doesn't have the eye.
Yes.
So what is this called? What is
It's
this?
called the eye of the needle.
Yeah. So point to the eye.
The eye is the part in the middle, the little hole at the top.
Yeah. So pins don't have holes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what pins are for?
They're for like keeping stuff in place when you're sewing.
That's right.
That's a really good definition, Callie. Let's look at a few different types of pins. They are all good at holding things together or holding things in place. We are embroidering today, and embroidery is a decorative art.
We're not going to use thread. People sew with
Yeah.
thread. We're going to use yarn to make nice
Yarn.
thick. My yarn
It's not as long as this.
is about this long. It's about as long as my arm, and I have to tell you, that's too short. Okay, so if you're gonna measure, it should go from one hand, oh, that's really far. Wow, maybe I need to make the camera go farther so we can really see. Oh wait.
Callie has the right size yarn. Let's see how long it should be.
Whoa, it
All the
goes
way.
from hand to hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a good measure of how long your string should be. Wait.
This way? This way?
Measure your yarn hand to hand.
Then your string will be long enough. The next challenge is to thread your needle. How do you thread a needle, Callie?
So I take the end of my yarn here, and I fold it over like this, so it's kind of like a little loop.
Oh, so fold it in a...
Yeah, and then I go to the top of the loop and like make it a bit smaller.
Oh, so like
Yeah, just pinch it off.
pinch it
kind
so that you have a little loop at the top and it's... You
Yeah.
know what? I think even you can twist it a little.
Yeah.
That helps. Twirl
And
it.
then you make it really thin, and I try to make it flat
Okay.
so that you can like push it through the eye of the needle, kind of like that.
Like that.
And then you pull it all the way past that,
Okay, pull it.
and then you can unfold that.
Oh, good. That's an important step. Unfold your string.
Yeah, so then the needle is on.
The needle is on. I have a trick. Do you want to see my second trick?
Yeah.
I taught Callie my first trick, and then she taught it to you. And if you see this little piece of paper scrap, this is very useful. Do you want to show Callie how to do it?
So you fold it in half. My butt.
Do it the other
We
way.
could do the
Yeah.
short way. And then you open your piece of paper and you put the yarn in it, and then you close it off.
Yes.
that.
Make sure that you have yarn on one side.
Yeah.
Little yarn on one side, big yarn
The
on
rest of
the
the
other.
yarn on the other.
Yeah.
And then you have to put this through the eye of the needle. Like this, you put the part that doesn't have your yarn in first. And then you gotta make sure you have both sides of the paper.
That's true. People make that mistake.
Where you only get like one side of the paper and then it doesn't work.
It doesn't
Because
work.
only one side's in. So you gotta make sure you have both pieces of paper through the eye. And then you just pull it through all the way out.
We're going to save these little pieces. It's not so big a deal if we lose them. I can make more, but we will be threading needles throughout this project, so save these for next time. Now that we've threaded our needles, we're going to tie a knot. What is the knot for, Callie?
The knot is for stopping the needle so that you can, when you go and start sewing, that it doesn't just go straight through when you're sewing. So it stops at the end so you can continue sewing.
Right. This is my needle right here. Where does the knot go?
The knot goes at the end.
Oops, wrong way. Yeah.
At the end.
At the end, it doesn't go where the needle is. The knot is not to tie the yarn or the thread to the needle. That's not what the knot's for. The knot is to stop the thread so that it doesn't go all the way through your fabric. So let me show you how. There's two kinds of knots we're gonna learn.
I like the simple knot.
Yeah, you do?
That one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Okay, let's show you. With this project, so because it's embroidery, we want it to be thick. So we're gonna double up our yarn. Take your yarn and string and put the ends together, and then you can pull your needle so it's right in the middle, and you have your two ends that match up. They're about the same length. And then you can lay it on the table. That's good. So we are going to make a loop, and it sort of makes a little cross there, and it makes a loop at the end, the opposite end of the needle. And then we are going to take the end, and we're going to make it do a trick to jump through the hoop. Come on, ends, jump through, jump through. Okay, so we jump it through, and then we pull. And if you want the knot to be closer to the end, before you pull it super tight, you can stop and then pull it towards the end. Like that. It's not really a knot unless you do this twice. I like to do two.
Yeah, I like to do two.
It's hard to double.
Yeah.
But I have a trick.
I have a trick too.
Oh, tell me your trick.
Okay.
So your trick
So
is...
my trick is to make sure the knot is right in the middle at the top of the loop when you put it through. And then most of the time, it'll knot in the same spot.
Right, because you're pulling evenly.
Yeah.
So it's like a race to the knot. If you know the name of this knot, please leave a comment and tell us. Okay, friends, it's time for you to tie a knot. Remember, for a full knot, you must tie it twice, one on top of the other. Once you have threaded your needle and at the very end, you've tied your knot, you're going to take your needle and you are going to secure it in your burlap by going in and right out. So you can see the tip of your needle and the eye of your needle. And this is going to secure it so you are ready to begin sewing next session.